Today on the Philly Toll Podcast, we got 1 day remaining. July 25th, Tuesday, better known as tomorrow. The Eagles take the field to start training camp. A lot of questions will be answered. But on today's video, we got to talk about Devonta Smith, Nick Sirianni, Nakobe Dean, and Milton Williams. I can't wait to cover training camp on this channel.
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking sixes in the bird gang, that's I like. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, Eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. And today, we got some things to get into. But before we do that, Eagle Nation, can I ask y'all a favor? Help your boy out. Hit that like button, subscribe if you are new, and ding the bell. Join notification gang so you know when we go live or drop recorded videos, YouTube shorts as well. But we will be covering the birds as we always do, from the lives to the recorded, to the news, to the breakdowns, film studies, live play-by-plays, all that good stuff. Just want to let y'all know for the new guys who've joined the channel, but the OGs, notification gang, the guys who've been here since day one, you know how we get down on Sundays, Mondays, Tuesday, Wednesday. It never stops. Let's get into it, though. Starting with Devonta Smith, who makes the NFL Top 100 in year 2. But he was the last player ranking number 100 on the top 100 list. And I agree with a lot of the comments. 99 people are better than Devonta Smith. And we're not just talking wide receiver. We're talking all positions. But I don't think there's 99 NFL players that are better, right? What position matters more, blah, blah, blah. I know Terry McLaurin ranked in at 94. So it's interesting that a guy who's French top 10 himself ranked 94, Devonta Smith ranks 100. At least he got in there. At least the NFL respects him enough to put him in there, because we've seen some Philadelphia Eagles in the past get absolutely snubbed. I got to do the whole breakdown of what Eagle players actually made it, but shout out to Smitty for ranking inside the top 100 via his peers and whoever else votes. Devonta Smith, year 3 is going to be huge. I dropped a YouTube short saying exactly why. Go check that out. Man, I can't wait to see what Devonta Smith does on side of A.J. Brown year 2 together. Look at Milton Williams, though. This man is jacked. This is why he can play inside and outside. He's great against the run, but he's a lot quicker than people think. Why do you think he was compared to Aaron Donald coming out? Not what he did in college necessarily, but his combine statistics. I mean, his combine jumped off the charts. And there's 2 different types of D tackles, right? Like, look at Fletch. He's the bigger body, type of D tackle. This is the fit. I'm just bigger than you overall type D tackle like Aaron Donald. And listen, you don't need to hear from Philly Mike. Hear it from Milton Williams. He was on the channel. Go Talk, me, LB, Milton Williams, and he said that he expects to play inside and outside with the Eagles. Actually, he's going to do whatever it takes.
Man, I'm whatever they need me to do, man. Inside, outside, whatever. I'm up for the challenge to get it done. Like you said, I'm versatile, so you cut the tape on me. You see, I'm lining up anywhere from 5 technique to a shade on the center, so whatever they need me to do, I'm going to go in there and try to get it done to the best of my ability.
Whatever the Eagles need from him. And again, who knows? Somebody gets banged up on the outside. Now you have limited pass rushers. Okay, Milton, get some work over there at defensive end. Hey, maybe one of the interior guys go down. You need you to step up. When we talk about the interior pass rush, we always go right to Fletch, Jordan Davis, and Jalen Carter. But year 3 is when D tackles show who they are. He's coming off a 4-sack season as a rotation piece with, guys like Linval and Sue being brought in as some late additions. Milton Williams feels as good as he's ever done in his NFL career this year. He talked about that too. I can't play the whole interview, but you can always go back and listen to it. He's 1,000% ready. And look at this man. He's been in the lab. He's been eating his Wheaties for sure. This dude looks like he's about to take it to another level. Now, I do want to talk a little Nick Sirianni. We spoke on the live stream on Friday. Shout out to the OGs who came through the live stream. Haven't done a solo one in a minute, but I love connecting with y'all. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. I talked about John Ritchie saying that Nick Sirianni still got stuff to prove. The jury's not out on a guy who went to the playoffs his first year with a brand new team and a Super Bowl was second. He got out coached by Andy Reid. Even if you believe that, Andy Reid's a Hall of Fame guy. And Andy Reid outcoached Jonathan Gannon. Our offense, which he's a main part of, put up 35. Most ever in a Super Bowl loss. I hate saying it. But Nick Sirianni knows how to motivate his guys. He showed the Eagles confetti, right? Let me rewind that. Nick Sirianni says he showed the Eagles confetti from the Super Bowl loss during a team meeting this offseason and quoted a pastor. You can't admire the results and desire the reward if you don't embrace the routine that produces the reward. What am I reading? So you can't admire the result and desire the reward if you don't embrace the routine that produced the reward. Almost messed up again. Why is that word bothering me? The routine that produced the reward. So, how did we get to the Super Bowl? You can't just skip the steps to get to the Super Bowl. You got to go back through that whole thing. I love how Nick Sirianni preaches round one. He treats it like boxing. You can't get to round 12 until you went through all 11 rounds. We got a 17-round boxing match. Round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4. And now these are what we would call the exhibition matches. Training camp, really studying technique. In this case, our players. Does the organization, and when I say the organization, does Howie Roseman need to go out and get another linebacker? Do we need a veteran safety like a Buda Baker? Do we got to spend money elsewhere on the defense, the offense? This is what we're going to find out in training camp. Then it's going to rev up even more when it comes to the joint practices. Shout out to y'all in the comment section. I knew it was the Colts, but I said the Jets. So it was the Colts and the Browns. Can't wait to see the Browns. They got a lot of talent over there. They're going to push us. I love Nick Sirianni as the coach. We shouldn't be talking about, is the jury still out? We should be talking about extending this man. I think Brian Johnson and Sean Desai are going to be great additions. Can't get worse on defense. I think a lot of the same stuff are going to be here on offense. Plus the checkdowns with DeAndre Swift and company. A lot of good stuff here. Real quick, though, Nakobe Dean. I think as much as we penciling him in at the number 1 linebacker spot, he is going to define how this defense is, right? Sean Desai said this defense needs to be felt. Well, guess what? The middle linebacker, the Mike linebacker, the captain of your defense, the guy who could be in on a lot of tackles, go side to side to sideline, stopping stuff, east and west. He makes a difference. Are we going to get the Butkus Award winner, the best linebacker in college football, the guy who command the best defense in college football? Is that who's going to show up? I believe so. This man is still putting in work, and everybody works, but I love watching videos of guys who just look determined, who already told us he could have been ready last year. It wasn't his time, though. His time is now. He's a part of these Philly dogs that I rock proudly almost every video. Nakobe Dean is going to be great, but he has the chance to make this defense even next level if we get what we believe we can get from one of the 5 Philly dogs. Nakobe Dean, again, his success changes the complexion of this defense. And I do think, again, when you look to the left, right, as it pertains to him playing coverage. When you got guys like Avonte Maddox, Darius Slay, you got some secondary pieces that's going to make your job easier. You only have a small zone to watch. You have a linebacker, a tight end to follow up the seam every once in a while, a running back to watch out of the backfield, right? Your job's easier. You can keen in on your sole responsibilities. When you got 6'8", 250, I don't even know how much he weighs, but when you got Jordan Davis and this defensive line just taking on blocks, you can see ball, get ball. So I like Nakobe Dean in this defense, right? Like, the things that kept him from going first round, whether it was the pec injury or just his size, I think it gets null and void with these guys up front. So I think he's not only a great player, but he's in the best situation to bring out the great player that we know he is. I just can't wait. I can't wait. Tomorrow starts. Don't stop watching the channel now. We got a lot to talk about, especially pregame and during the game. Now, before we get out of here, I just want to say, look, I did a YouTube short saying, bro, stop lying. You don't really think we're obnoxious. You're just a little mad at us. But I will never, for those who watch this channel, you know, every single time an injury happens during the game, whether the Eagles are losing or not, I might want the Eagles to win, but not over somebody getting hurt. Prayers in the chat is what we do every time on the live, whether it's a Cowboys player, whether it was in the Super Bowl. Prayers to Mahomes' ankle. So what we do on this channel is who I am. Anyways, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson went down with a non-contact knee injury, but they did come out prior to this or after this, post this, and say that he looks to be, it ain't a season-ending injury. So I think the last update that it's not season-ending. So I just want to say speedy recovery. Don't like what you said about us. But, man, I still want your career to be as good as it could be over there. I wish you nothing but success with the Lions, except for when you play Philly. No picks. No injury, but no picks. Just, it is what it is at this point. Speedy recovery. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, you don't wish injury on nobody. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, Eagle Nation. Again, Milton Williams looking like Aaron Donald Jr., big year 3. For those that want to see what the Kelly Green, again, we got these what the hats look like. Philly dog in midnight green, and we got the Philly dog in Kelly green as well. The glow comes from the green screen. I'm going to try to figure out a way to make something like that, but it might be rough, tough. But they're the two colors we got. We also got the shirt. The link will be in the description. Cop yours before the season starts, because when you start seeing Jalen Carter with a sack, Nolan Smith with a sack, what? Keely Ringo coming in as a third safety, Nakobe Dean with a pick 6, Jordan Davis putting in work. They got all of them on there. So get yours. Philly Dogs, run faster, print champs. Shout out to them. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, Eagle Nation. I want to hear from y'all. And if you got nothing else to say, drop the muscle emoji in the chat. For the people that are OGs that love the flower song. Flowers everywhere. We love the flower girl. And my Roots on 3 gang.
Keep that roots going, baby! Roots on 3! 1, 2, 3, roots!
Until next time, y'all know what time it is. We out.